Hello, my name's Kelly, and I study A Course in Miracles, shamanism, midwifery, and anthroposophy, or you could say mystical versions of religion, like the Kabbalah or the Gnostic Gospels or the Sufis of Islam. These are the mystical versions of the religion, and they resonate with me. Rumi, he's a Sufi. And then I'm noticing that this wisdom is also shared with Gandhi and Hippocrates and, the Stoics and the Hermetics and the mystery schools. So I've always been curious about these mysteries. I was curious about the Bermuda Triangle. I was like, science can't explain this. So I've just been unrelentingly curious about the mysteries of the world, about Atlantis. And what's happening is that astrologically, the Earth is moving through space in a place where the story is now the age of Aquarius, which is freedom from slavery. It's just the story astrologically set by that time frame calendar that is astrology. And it's a really fun time to be alive if you're wondering about the truth, because we get to see disclosure. We get to see disclosure for humanity after it's been in a mind control situation, right? Would anybody choose to live on Earth in these boxed houses with these jobs? If you had the freedom to be on Earth in heaven, what would it look like for you? What would heaven on Earth look like for you? From everything that you've ever known about Earth, what's possible right now, what would it look like for you? Would you live on an island? Would you really want to live on an island and drink from coconuts? Or do you like the 5-star hotel lifestyle? Or do you just think of that because that's the only option you can think of, and that's what everyone tells you is bliss? But if you were really to get into your imagination like a child and remember what your joy is, you'd realize maybe you'd want a treehouse, or maybe you'd want to go snorkeling, or maybe you'd want to build a snow cave or, ski or whatever. That's what Earth was meant for. Earth was meant for us to actually physically explore these things. But there's this story about creation that has been manipulated to keep people limited. And the way I'm telling the story is that this physical reality is not in the same dimension as God. God is in a dimension where there is no form. Everything is frequency and everything is love. And what happened was everything was in that reality, and everything still is in that reality. But within that, free will is a thing. And in order for free will to be a thing, it has to be tested. You have to actually have an opinion for free will to exist. So that's all. That's all that happened, was an extension of God, had an opinion, had a curiosity, wanted to make its own decision. But free will required for every single way to explore that to be offered. Every single way to explore that curiosity of separateness from God, curiosity of making up your own mind, curiosity about what free will is. It's the Siddhartha story. It's the what's behind those walls. Okay, the mystery. Curiosity is your God-given right. But part of separating from God and being separate and having your own opinion involves duality. It involves light and dark. It involves rebellion and sacrifice and drama and horror and joy and ecstasy and all of it. So this world is a stage where we are exploring opposites because free will must require that you do that. That's it. So we were told that we're evil because we have free will, or that we should be punished because we weren't obedient. But that's just a shadow aspect of duality, that there is a side that has horror involved in it. And when you kind of realize that feeling relaxed is the evolution from where we are now, from stress and feeling like you don't, like the world as it is, it just feels stressful, like we don't have a choice. We're not living in heaven right now. So it's time for our consciousness to crave heaven instead of limitations. Recognize that we were choosing the limitations because part of it was fun, but we're ready to evolve now. You know, we're ready to allow bliss and receiving. It's just energetically going to be, everybody picks up on it. When 100 monkeys hear it, everyone's going to hear it. That's what's happening. And I had no idea what I was going to channel. I was like, Nana Anna. I'm channeling right now Anna, the grandmother of Jesus, and everybody needs to learn about her. So I want to channel her right now, whatever she would like to say, because I'm the front row student of her. I am like, lady, I have so many questions. I don't even think I know the best question to ask, because you know what you want. You know me better than I do. She knows what I need to learn because she is my teacher. She's been my teacher since, well, the first book I found on self-help, probably 18, 19 years old. She's been with me. I just like, it feels like an old friend. She feels like an old friend. So I'm going to ask her to speak right now. Was that very comprehensive, my little introduction there? I'm trying to figure out an elevator speech about channeling and how I got to where I am. And I'm getting a little bit edgy, Nana Anna. I am, you know, maybe that's where you're headed. Okay. Dear Kelly, thank you. Thank you for meeting me in this quantum space between our realms so that we can have this conversation and I can bring to humanity the wisdom that I would like to share from the fifth dimension, where I choose not to be physical on Earth right now. Because being physical on Earth is a dense experience. It comes with conflict and pain and struggle. However, nobody regrets it, because there was so much beauty and so much majesty and so much holiness. Okay, you can't have the holy without the evil. And how beautiful is the holy? It's beautiful. But I'm happy up here in the fifth dimension where it's bliss. I did have the third dimensional experience, so I can compare my experience. But I don't want to go back down there, you guys. We are applauding you up here. It's not easy what you're doing. It's not easy being physical. Okay, there are challenges to it. So we think that we don't think we know, because you've been sending frequencies out ahead of your conscious awareness of it, right? The butterfly effect, okay? You've already told us energetically, you've reached out as a collective consciousness. Humanity has a story. It has its own Akashic record, the entire collection of humanity, collective of humanity, shares a frequency as an oversoul. And all of you guys, that's one thing you all share. You know how they say Virgos share this, and, you know, INFJs share this or whatever, doesn't matter. Humanity shares a story about struggling with limitation. That's the story of humanity. And that is a reflection of the separation from wholeness, from oneness. So you became dual to explore free will, and now you're going to return back to oneness because it's simply what you prefer right now. There's nothing wrong with being on Earth and being physical. It's just always going to involve the opposites. So enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride, and you can direct the opposites. You can influence your manifestations. But it's going to require releasing it to do it. You do it on the way out. You do it on the way out. You're able to figure out these superpowers when you just don't care anymore. That's the irony of it all. So if you reach, Kelly, what you've always done with channeling and how it will be taught is that you're constantly reaching for your highest frequency emotion. And what is the thought attached to the highest frequency emotion you can physically hold? So how do you hold the highest frequency possible? Well, get healthy. Okay? Get healthy, anchor positive thinking, educate yourself, have good habits, be disciplined, improve yourself. Okay? You improve yourself and you take care of your rest as well. You take care of your meditation. All the mystery schools are called that. Mystery schools, because you guys don't know what was going on there, because the truth is hidden. The only people who understand the mystery schools are the secret friars and priests and priestesses and sisters and that have been passed down secretively. But it's time now to disclose those secrets and allow for heaven on earth. And one of the big secrets that Kelly is demonstrating is that you can talk to God yourself. That's why it's so dangerous. If they're trying to be the intermediary between you and power, between you and love, they want to come between you. There's someone that can come between you and your creator. Well, that same entity that wants to come between you and God is also trying to come between you and your physical mom and dad. Okay, you and your earth mother. Okay, they create plastic and they create cement because they want to cut you off from your mother, just like they stole the children, the native people. They stole them. They cut them off from their family. They made them into orphans. It's happening. But, you know, you got to swallow the fact that you were a bad guy. You were also a bad guy in this duality. At some point, you were selfish and you hurt someone. At some point, nobody wants to be the bad guy, but everybody was. And mothers know that. There is no perfect mother out there. And if you are perfect, you're trying to be better, so you're constantly criticizing yourself. Right? So, the way the goddess teaches is by example, with compassion and tough love. She teaches with tough love. She sends it to you straight, but she believes you can handle it. I'm going to teach you, and you're going to go through natural consequences, and you're going to figure it out. I believe in you. I'm not going to rescue you because I believe in you. So eventually, like, I don't have a choice. I just have to trust this lady who's putting me through hell. And, okay, Nana Anna, I open my eyes, so I never know if I'm channeling when my eyes, I am channeling when my eyes are open, because I don't know why I decide to open my eyes sometimes. Well, Kelly, it is all designed to unfold exactly as it's unfolding, and we would like you to open your eyes while you channel, because we want people to see that this is a blending of personalities that's happening. Clearly, everything you're saying, Kelly, is coming from within you. So how does channeling happen? Kelly is resonating at the same frequency as Nana Anna. We're resonating at the same frequency. So my frequency is clean enough to reach hers, and hers is strong enough to handle mine, because her generalized set point in the 5D is higher and the generalized set point for the 3D is lower. So we can meet in the middle. And that's why you can't really tell if you're making it up or not, because you're expanding to match it. And it's a, if you want it bad enough, you can do it kind of thing. There's not anyone who cannot do it. Doesn't matter your blood type. Everybody can channel. Everybody can do Reiki. These are basic human abilities that have been dormant because you were cut off from your power. You were cut off from your mother. You're cut off. Okay. But it's time to reconnect with your mother again. So we're sending you love. We're sending you light. We're with you. Every time you breathe, we're with you. Breathe us into your heart. Relax and let go. And trust. Do it again. Breathe, receive, relax, let go, trust. Okay? Repeat. Repeat. Eventually, you'll understand the light body. That's it. And toning. Yes, toning is coming, Kelly. Light language is coming. Yes, play with your vocal cords. That's a great place to start. Okay, and so it is.